Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is April, and today you're gonna help me fix my white-black deck. The other day I built this white-black deck, and I really liked it. It's centered around Othakaya, which I think is a super cool card that came out of War of the Sparks, and I really like it. That's what it is. So basically what it is, it's a legendary enchantment. It's a 3-drop legendary enchantment. It's one colorless, one white, one black. And when it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any target, and you automatically gain 3 life. And then it added part of it is that whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control with one or more creatures, Othakaya deals 2 damage to that player, and you gain 2 life. So it's basically a lifelink deck. You're gaining life off of it. I think it's super cool. I thought it was I don't know, I'm really excited about this card. It is a rare, but it's only I think the last time I looked it was only 30 cents, if that. So, I don't know. Not that expensive, but still super cool. There is a website called deckstats.com, I think it is, or .net or something like that, and you could basically look for a card, and you can look for the colors, and you can look for the format of the deck. So I did standard as the format, I did Othakaya as the card, and I did black and white for the colors, and it comes up with a bunch of different decks that people build with that card, black and white, in standard format, and you kind of just go through and see what you like. The original one that I built was just mostly just planeswalkers and enchantments, and then sorceries and instances. There's one creature, Tith Taker, which is a 2-drop rare, and basically what happens is that during your turn, spells your opponent cast cost 1 more. So instead of an opt being, I think opt is a 1-drop, so instead of opt being a 1-drop, it's a 2-drop as long if they cast it on my turn. And that was my only creature in that deck, and it's kind of a really slow deck, and I don't like it as much. So I went back on the deck stats website, and I looked again for a couple more decks, and I came up with this one that has creatures in it, and I like it a lot more. It's actually a lot like my original white-black deck that I built when War of the Sparks first came out, and this has been a couple weeks now, and I really like that deck, but I didn't it wasn't exactly the mechanics that I liked on it. It flowed, but it didn't flow as well as I needed it to. So I'm building another one, and I'm gonna tweak it. So the black-white deck online has 4, 8, and 14. It looks like 22 lands, which is fine. I'm gonna keep it at 22 lands. It seems to work just fine with how many cards I have here. It is 2 Kaya, and I'm not even going to try to say this because I know I'm going to say it completely wrong. So it's this Kaya. It's a 3-drop Kaya, and it's from Ravnica Allegiance, and it is Orzhov. I can't even. Orzhov. You tell me how to pronounce it, because I have no fucking clue. But yeah, so that's her. It's a 3-drop mythic rare, and her +1 is you exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard, and then you gain 2 life if at least 1 creature card was exiled that way. Her -1 is exile target non-land permanent with converting mana cost 1 or less. So that's really good with 1-drops basically. And her -5 is that she deals damage to target player equal to the number of cards that player owns in exile, and you gain that much life. So again, this is very much a lifelink deck. And this one calls for 2 of her. I only have 1 right now, but I should be getting another one on Friday. So I will definitely be adding that one to this deck. So it's 2 of her. It is 3 Othakayas, which I already have out. So 1, 2, 3. it's 2 Sorins. And it's the War of the Sparks Sorin. So Sorin, Vengeful, Bloodlord. These, I don't know if this is gonna focus. There he is. I don't know if you're ever gonna be able to read that. But anyways, so the cool thing with the War of the Sparks Planewalkers is that they have like what my boyfriend calls a static ability. So it's an ability that it has just for being on the field. And his ability is, as long as it's your turn, creatures and planewalkers you control have lifelink. And then his +2 is that he deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. And it's a -X. And a -X is return target creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to your battlefield. So X is, however much it costs. That creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. Pretty cool. Calls for 2 Sorins. So that's the Planeswalkers. 3 Oath of Kaias. 3 Desparks, which are in this pile. 2, 3. And Despark is an instant, and it's exile target permanent with converted mana cost 4 or more. It looks like this. Yeah. Not even going to bother trying to make that focus. It is 3 Kaya's Wrath, which is Kaya's Wrath is a 4-drop sorcery. And it's destroy all creatures you gain life equal the number of creatures you controlled that were destroyed this way. Looks like that. It's from Guilds of Ravnica. No, sorry, Ravnica Allegiance. Ravnica Allegiance. I think that's it for the spells. Oh no, I lied. It has 2 Kaya's Ghostform. Where's my other one? So Kaya's Ghostform looks like that. It's from War of the Sparks. Enchanting, it's an enchantment aura. I don't know. It enchants creature or planeswalker you enchant a creature or planeswalker you control, and then when that enchanted permanent dies or put into exile, you return that card to the battlefield under your control. That's pretty cool. I actually really like it. It's a 1-drop enchantment aura, so put it on top of your planeswalkers that you want to keep in, or your legendary enchantments like Oath of Kaya, and then just keep going back to the field. Pretty sick. So that's that. Then it calls for 4 Ajani Pridemates. And that looks like that. So if you play Magic and you've been playing Magic for a while, Ajani Pridemate has been reprinted multiple times. And if you didn't know, any reprints, any card that's been reprinted, you could use that card, even if the little symbol, like that's the War of the Spark symbol. Even if that symbol isn't in standard formation, the card is, so you don't actually have to buy the new Ajani Pridemates. You can use the old ones. That's pretty cool. But Ajani Pridemate is a cat soldier. It's a creature, and whenever you gain life, you put a +1/+1 counter. So, like I said, this is definitely a lifelink deck. Just adding, getting life. Then it calls for 4 Banehounds. So it's a Nightmare Hound, and it's a lifelink haste. So haste means that when it comes on the battlefield, you can attack immediately. And it's a 1-drop. Pretty good. I think that's pretty good. And then 4 Charm Strays, which is also from War of the Sparks, so is Banehound. It is Charm Stray has lifelink, and then when Charm Stray enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control named Charm Stray. So you have 1 Charm Stray on the battlefield, you play another one, the original gets a +1/+1. Pretty cool. You're just, making them big. Then it calls for 4 Cruel Celebrants. Celebrate? Whatever. It's a vampire. It's a white-black vampire, 2-drop. And it's whenever Cruel Celebrant or another creature or planeswalker you control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's pretty cool. It's a vampire. It goes, you know, Sorin's a vampire. You put vampires with vampires. So you call for 4 of those. And then this is where I have to kind of fix it because I don't have the next 2 cards, or I don't have all 4 of them. It's for 4 Hero of Precinct Ones, and I only have 1. And what he does is whenever you cast a multicolor spell, you create a 1/1 white human creature token, and 2 tokens are really cool. So, like, you know, they can get pretty big if your opponent lets them get big. And you have some spells where you have to, like, sack stuff in order to play it. So you could sacrifice a token creature, and that could count as your 1 creature to sacrifice to play a card, you know? Or like Bolus's Citadel, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because it's in a sleeve. Bolus's Citadel, you have to sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. So say you have 5 creature tokens, that's 5 out of the 10. And that's pretty cool. That's half your cards. Anyways, but it calls for 4, and I only have 1. It also calls for 3 Teysa Karlovs. She is a 4-drop, 2 colorless, 1 black, and 1 white. And she's super cool. I didn't even really read her when I got her. I just put her in the binder because she's a rare. But if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And I only have 1. So I only have 1 Hero of Precinct One and only 1 Teysa Karlov. So that leaves 5 cards missing out of this deck. And I have some options here. I really like Ashiok. The new Ashiok Dream Renderer. It's a 3-drop. It's 1 blue or black, or it's 1 colorless and then 2 blue or black. So I can play it in this deck. It doesn't really go with the Lifelink deck. It doesn't. It's definitely a mill tactic deck. But I might just play it because I think it's cool. You know, on top of that, it is a planeswalker, and people tend to rest as contempt planeswalkers or just try to get rid of planeswalkers. And if they waste their stuff on Ashiok, which isn't the whole point of my deck, then maybe that's a good thing. But that's the way it looks like. 4 of the Desparks, obviously. And his static ability is spells and abilities your opponent control can't cause their controller to search their library. And it's -1. He doesn't have a +1, just a -1. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard, then exiles each opponent's graveyard. I think that's pretty cool. I might do Ashiok. However, I don't have a lot of spells that gets rid of planeswalkers in this deck. And that was one of my problems with the old black and white deck I had. It just doesn't have spells to get rid of planeswalkers. So I might play with 2 of the Elder spells. It's a sorcery, not an instant, but it's a 2-drop sorcery. And you destroy any number of planeswalkers, and, you know, you destroy any number that you want, and then you put counters on planeswalkers that you do have. So I think the Elder spell and Ashiok might be what I play with. And then I had these 2 other options, which is Ethereal Absolution. It's a 6-drop. It's an enchantment. Its creatures get +1/+1. Your opponent creatures get -1/-1. And then if you tap 4, you could exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. And then if it was a creature card, you create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token. So like more tokens. It's good. I might put this in my sideboard. Yeah, my sideboard. Because I think that's pretty good. And I love this card, and I really want to play with it. And so it's probably going to go on my sideboard, too. It's Bolus's Citadel. I was talking about it earlier. It's a legendary artifact. It is a 6-drop, so it's pretty pricey. And what it is you may look at the top card of your library at any time. That's pretty cool. You can look at your top card and decide, you know, whatever. just have it insight in what's gonna, what you're gonna draw next. And then if you want to play that top card, you can cast a spell by paying life equal to its converted mana cost rather than paying its mana cost. So say I want to cast Elder Spell, I pay 2 life and I cast it, instead of paying 2 mana and casting it. So that's cool. But the kicker, the big part of it, is that you sacrifice 10 non-land permanents and your opponent loses 10 life. So like that's half your life total already. I'm gonna put him in my sideboard because I really want to play with it. If like I play against maybe a control deck, a little slower deck, or a deck that takes a while to build up to 6 mana, he wouldn't be too bad in that, because I could get up to that and instead of having to have all this like little stuff to drop immediately. So sideboard for sure. So that's my black and white deck that I'm building. So it is, again, 2 Elder Spells, 3 Ashiok Dreamrender, 1 Hero of Precinct One, 1 Teysa Karlov, 3 Oath of Kaios, 2 Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord, 2 Kaya somethings. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. 4 Cruel Celebrants, 4 Charmed Strays, 4 Banehounds, 4 Ajani Primates, 2 Kaya Ghostforms, 3 Desparks, and 3 Kaya Zaras. And then it calls for 4 Godless Shrines, 4 Isolated Chapels, 7 Plains, and 7 Swamps. I'm going to play with this deck at tomorrow's Friday Night Magic, and I will let you know how it does. Thanks for watching me build the deck, and have a great day.